Hi guys, and welcome back to the studio. I am gonna try to keep this a little bit short of an intro because I want to get to it. So today we're doing a little bit of an August reset, and I'm going to finish a painting and do the August mood board, and hopefully if the weather holds, I'm gonna go listen to some jazz. So that's the plan for today. It's a lot to get done in a short amount of time because I think I have to leave around 6 or so for the jazz, and I want to finish my painting prior to doing the August mood board. So, and right now it's about 1 o'clock or so. I visited with my grandpa this morning, and so I just got back, and now it's time to get to it. I started the painting yesterday, and I'm really actually loving how it's turning out. So hopefully we'll finish that today and be able to do the August mood board all before the plans for this evening. The only update I have before getting started is that I finished another book, and that is, I read, I think it's called The Story She Left Behind, I think that's what it's called, by Patty Callahan Henry, and that was my favorite author from last year. So my favorite book from last year was The Secret Book of Flora Lee, and that author wrote the same book. So the books both had some similar plot lines, like in terms of there were definitely some parallels between the two stories, and one character made an appearance in the book that I just finished. So I really enjoyed it. I preferred the one from last year, but it was a good follow-up to Theo of Golden because I knew I'd like it, but I knew that whatever I read next wouldn't stand up. So it was a good, I don't know what the right word is, but I enjoyed it. I would recommend it. But if you haven't read Patty Callahan Henry, The Secret Book of Flora Lee is where I should begin. Anyway, that's my little update, and I hope that you'll sit back, relax, and either join me in doing something productive and reset for August, or just make yourself a cup of tea or whatever you like to drink and have just a little bit of me time. So let's get to it. It is now Monday, and I did not get to go to jazz on Friday because it started raining. So I also didn't finish my painting or do the mood board. So my attempt at getting everything done before 6 o'clock did not happen, but I did make significant progress on the painting, and I worked on it a little bit since then, and I'm almost done. I just am waiting for this. Sorry if you can hear that plane. I just am waiting for this layer to dry, and then I just have a few little touch-ups to make, and then I think this painting will be done, which I'm really excited about because I really love it. This is the first sunny day we've had in a while, and so I'm gonna go take a walk at Biltmore, and then tomorrow hopefully I'll be able to do the August mood board, because tomorrow will be August 11th, and that's silly that I haven't done my mood board yet. Also, I set up my easel with some new paintings. I've started one and sketched out a couple, and I still need to sketch out the rest, but I am planning on doing some autumn paintings, so I'll show you that now, and I'm hoping to work on that tomorrow as well. But I'll go ahead and show you my progress, and even though it'll be kind of a spoiler because even though it's not finished, it's really close, and then also I'll show you that, and then we'll go take a walk. So here's my progress so far. I really love how it's turning out. I just need to this isn't done yet up here. I still need to bring in a little bit more warmth and darken some of these tones for this foreground tree, and then maybe some of the shaping here and here. And then I need to brighten this area because that's where the sun is coming through, and I think I need to make it a little smaller or something. I'm not exactly sure. And then I might have to do a little bit right here, but not too much, and then maybe darken these shadows just a little bit, but it's getting really close. And then here's my easel. So here's the one painting I've started, sneak peek. And then I'm gonna do, this is my plan, I'm gonna do an apple picking watercolor, kind of similar to this, and I'm gonna do a little border around each of these I'm gonna call them postcard memories, because they're a shape, they're the size of a larger postcard, and it's sort of a fall memory. So I have some plans for several of those, but that's what those two are. So this one's gonna have little pumpkins in the border, and this one will have little apples. So this will be apple picking pumpkin patch. And then this is just gonna be a cute little fall leaf, and I think I'm gonna do this background dark green or dark burgundy or something behind the leaf. And then I haven't exactly decided what I'm going to do on these three black ones yet, but they're canvas paper, and so I think I'm going to do acrylic on each of those. So I might do a rose on these two, and then I'm not sure about this one yet. And then this is going to be an autumn path, so I'm really excited about that. It's the next day, and I finished my painting this morning, and then I went and did some errands, but now I want to do the August mood board. But first, I want to show you my painting. So here's how it turned out. I think it turned out really, really good. I'm happy with how it turned out. The only thing that I learned a little bit while painting it is just with watercolor, the warmth I think that I wanted from it was a little more challenging to get. I think I achieved like the brightness, but the warmth, I think, because as I was trying to like make this a little bit more warm in tone, it was lifting color, it was trickier to do. It's hard to explain, but I really love how it turned out. I love the brightness in it. I actually love this reference photo so much that I am considering doing an acrylic painting for it as well, just to kind of explore it a little bit more and to see, you know, if I can achieve even more warmth. Like I said, I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I really, really love it. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done, actually, but I am not satisfied with the reference photo yet. Like I think there's more to explore with it, and so I think I might have to do another painting, but that won't be happening very soon because I want to go into fall paintings next. But just don't be surprised if you see something that looks like this in an acrylic painting, maybe even like a large scale one in the future. So just a fair warning for that. But here's how the painting turned out. I'd love to know what you think of it in the comments. And I'm just going to clean up my desk a little bit, and then I'm going to work on the August collage. And I just realized I also need to flip the calendar. I don't know what, I always forget to do that, but I'm going to do that. And then I think that'll feel really good to get all that done. So let's go ahead and do that. I completed my August mood board. I decided, even though I feel like August is sort of like almost a fall month, it's like my transition into fall month, I still kind of leaned into summer on the collage because I found this quote in one of the magazines that I use for collaging, and it says, "Summer was our best season. It was sleeping on the back screen porch in cots or trying to sleep in the treehouse, Summer was everything good to eat. It was 1,000 colors in a parched landscape. And this was from To Kill a Mockingbird. And I thought that was a really nice quote, and I liked the reference to colors because I'm painting, and then I used a picture of a canvas and smock and some sunflowers and the word kindness, just because I feel like, well, actually it's just the word kind, but I put the word kind in here because of reading through Golden, and I just kind of was still thinking about that, so I tied that in. The garden tomatoes are almost done, but there's still some, so I just wanted to include that just as a kind of ode to all the tomatoes that I'm eating right now. And so kind of simple, but I really like how it turned out, and I kind of wanted to go for a more yellow theme, but I didn't really have a lot of yellow materials, so I did include some little sunflowers as an ode to that, but this is how it turned out. So that's August, and for my journal, I actually have been using it a little bit more. I've been one thing I've been doing is making some lists in here, like things I want to do, but also something I've been doing is I don't know if you do this, but I have like 1,000 tabs open on my Google on my phone, and so it's just kind of things that I feel like I'm going to forget, or I don't know, I have like anxiety about like not remembering that I wanted to look something up or that I thought something was really cool, and so I've been writing those down in my everything journal so I can clear out some of my tabs. So I think that's been really helpful, and I've enjoyed doing that. So I feel like I am getting better at using the journal, and so that's a good thing. Halfway through the year and finally making some progress on that. But anyway, I have one final thing to share with you, and that is I forgot to tell you that a couple nights ago, I finished The Frozen River by Ariel Lahan. I don't know if that's how you say her last name, but it was a library book. I returned it to the library today, but I really, really loved it. The book is a historical fiction novel about a midwife who was a real person named Martha Ballard, and I found out after reading the book, but she was an incredibly impressive woman. The book was set in the late 1700s. In the United States, and so you can imagine it was just very early in colonization. Like, it was very early not in colonization, but in the actual foundation of the country. So it was an interesting time, so that was really fun to read about. But also, Martha Ballard, the real Martha Ballard, was a midwife who delivered over 1,000 babies, and not a single mother passed away. And at that time, that was an insane statistic. So she was a very remarkable woman, and I really enjoyed reading a bit about her life and her story. And of course, it was a historical fiction novel, so there was basically the premise of the book was at the very start of a dead body is found, and so it's kind of solving that murder and kind of going through a little bit of how the legal systems worked at that time, and it's a narrative a little bit also about women and the unfairness of justice. So I don't know, I think the book was really well written. The story was really, really engaging, and it was a page turner for sure, and I was really a little bit worried going into it because I thought it would be a little bit scary, but it wasn't scary. It was just a very, very good historical fiction novel. So if you like historical fiction, a lot of the time I've read historical fiction set in other countries, so I actually really enjoyed. I think this is maybe my first one that's set in the United States, and so I really enjoyed it. So I'd highly recommend it. I think it's been pretty well rated overall in terms of like what I've heard really good things about it. So I think, like I said, if you like historical fiction, I would highly recommend The Frozen River. So I think that's all the things I have to say for today, and I hope that you really enjoyed this video. I hope you had a chance to kind of just relax and have some time to yourself and rejuvenate or reset for the month ahead or the month continuing, and I hope that you have a really good August and start getting excited for fall, and I really can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye guys!